Yeah, sounds good. What I'll have to do most likely is we're a branch bank. Okay. So I have to get approval from the central office before we approve any sort of loan.
Okay, well, we're not looking for a loan right now. We're going to potential financiers to see what they can bring to it. Because again, this deal's slam dunk. I could have closed this over the phone with any bank. The money's there. I'm actually out what they can bring to our team to help us grow. Not just the money. Money is set aside. That's a given. What can you bring to us to help us grow this? Do you have marketing expertise?
Sure. Before we get into all that, we're a community bank, and cash flow lending, it's a little risky for us.
I understand.
And we really need a lot of hard assets when we're making loans. Tell me a little bit more about the assets in this project.
I don't think this deal is going to be for us. There's not a hard lot of assets. It's strictly a cash flow deal, and we're looking to grow by M&A. So if you're a community bank with branch, which I apologize, my assistant shouldn't even have made this appointment. Appreciate your time.
No problem. I got a buddy
Enjoy
golfing with this afternoon.
Tell me more about your buddy.
So I'm going to have a chat with him over a couple of beers, and then we'll be back in touch.
I'd love to meet you at the 19th hole when you talk to your buddy.
Sounds good.
Very, very funny.
You say, and when it's not working out, you get up and leave. Exactly, he did the right thing. He did the right thing. Anybody want to try to sell the bank or something? I mean, everybody had a stiff dick. I mean, fucking this morning now everybody's gone limp on me. Okay.
How about the QLA process? Because I was expecting to get interviewed. Are you an asset or cash-based lender?
Yeah. What's your lending limit? Okay. When this is the speech that I'm not giving you for the 25th time. Okay, we're in the process of interviewing financial institutions. We're reviewing our options because we're not happy with the level of service we're having right now. We have a deposit relationship with the bank. We deposit money, they give us no services, which is historically all banks. Okay, we want from the tombstones that I see in the Wall Street Journal. You were doing healthcare. Okay, we're healthcare. We're in the midst of a healthcare roll-up, and I'm not here to pitch a deal. I just want to know if there's any synergy, any rapprochement. And but we're looking for a full service, meaning credit cards, loans, mortgages for directors, shareholders, equity, debt for deals, of course, upon approval, and guidance from your healthcare analyst at the senior bank level. Okay, and they'll probably ask, well, who are you talking to? I said, we're talking to Wells Fargo, Royal Bank of Scotland, wherever you are. You name 4 or 5 banks. I mean, don't lie. You tell them the truth. Okay, and they'll say, well, who are you currently with? And you'll say whatever the bank is you're currently with. And you're not happy with them? Well, we're not. That's why I'm here. We've just brought in a new finance director, a new CFO. We have a new chairman. We have, I'm the current CEO. And so they may say, well, you made it through the change, which they may say that because everybody else has changed except me, the CEO. Yes. And you let them sell. And then, by the way, what's your legal lending limit? Remember? And they won't know probably. What's your legal, as a bank, what's your legal lending limit? How much can you sign by yourself? They should know that. Some of the guys don't. And then, just for your edification, normally the legal lending limit is 1% of the bank's assets in any one transaction, secured, normally. Okay, his will not be anywhere near that number. Okay, but most loan officers that you're going to talk to, and they don't call them loan officers anymore. I don't know what the politically correct fucking statement for a loan officer. It may be 50 to 500,000. 50 grand to 500,000 would be what their limit is, and so then you let them sell, and then you ask, well, I read that Susie Doozy is your healthcare analyst at the corporate level, and I see that she was just got all-star rating. And he said, yeah. He says, well, I'd like, will I have the opportunity to interface with her? You know, and I see, you do your homework before you show up. The thing that pisses me off, and it still pisses me off, and it pissed me off a great deal about the movie business, this fucking reality show fiasco that I've been going through the last 18 months, is I knew more about their business, their company, their representatives, and their analysts, every single one of them, they knew about my deal. But I am, not always, but I am almost always the most informed guy in the room. And it's just like, I know more about your deals than a lot of you know about your deals. And you talk about waste of time reading, 100 deal. I mean, it is to me. But so you want them to know that you're prepared, because that sets the precedent that for when this guy brings in a credit, he's going to know what the fuck he's talking about. Now, you may already have an idea of credit in your back pocket, but you're not there to pitch him on it. You're there to see if you get, it's a shit word, French word, penchant, but I mean, is there any chemistry? Is there any chemistry? Now, some of these people, well, they'll be, you went to school, and I look at the wall, and the guy went to Texas A&M. Well, my son went to vet school at Texas A&M. Oh, I wear my Nairo tie, and when I'm in the Netherlands. Nobody ever asked me if I went there, but you sure as shit knew that when I wore the next meeting I had with the son of a bitch, he wore his Nairo tie. I didn't even ask him about it, though. But like I told you, I didn't go, I taught there, which is true. Okay, so you're looking for, now he uses Frisbee and fucking whatever, banjo and all that other shit. I can't believe some of the fucking thing he writes. And these fucking limp dick cunts in the world of finance today respond to this shit. Who gives it? What kind of, what do you play?
Banjo and mandolin.
Well, fuck. Who cares? And what do you, champion, what the fucking?
Ultimate Frisbee.
Who cares? But the current generation do. You and I don't care, Bert. Yeah, I don't give a fuck, Frisbee. I thought that was for 8-year-olds, play with your dog. You throw the Frisbee and the dog will chase it.
You know what I think, Dan? I think he also plays the flute, but he's not telling us.
But you latch on to something that you can relate to. But that means you got to be prepared. And there's a lot of information. I mean, Google makes it so much easier now, not just because of LinkedIn, but because there's other forms of information on Google about a lot of people. Pittsburgh Pete, where he went to school, and all these guys. A lot of you, not necessarily this group, but a lot of the guys that have come to the seminar went to quality institutions of higher learning. I don't fall into that category, but I mean, a lot of them, fuck, I'd be riding that motherfucking horse till the legs fell off. My doctor guy, Joe, I hope you're watching. I mean, when he goes on his medical care deal, they fall down and bend over because he's a medical doctor. He can barely spell medical doctor, Joe. But, so you use any angle you can. Legitimate. Not made up. Not like Rick would do. I called it now. Rick will be the first one to go to the big house. My cousin will be the second one to go to the big house. Okay? And one or two of you have already been to the big house, but we're not going to say that on YouTube. Okay. And so you're putting them on the defensive, on their back foot, and the relationship will never be the same. I mean, vis-a-vis how it normally is with a financial institution and you. It will never be the same. Okay? Not just because you're asking them hard questions, not hard questions. They should know the legal lending limit of the fucking bank. They should know their own personal lending authority. They should know that they've got an all-star fucking healthcare analyst at the corporate level. They should know. But they don't. Because they're at one level lower than you, an amoeba. Paramecium or amoeba? Which one's got more fucking brain power? Paramecium or amoeba? Who's got more brain cells? No brains at all. Okay, well then they're exactly like you. It's not that they one lower than you. And I just want to say something for YouTube. I got a fucking email from some Muslim guy today that said I slagged off Allah. Go fuck yourself. I slag everybody off, fuckhead. So you can just go fuck yourself. And that's how it's done. But you got to do it a bunch of times. A bunch of times. You may get lucky in the first one, that you find he likes you, he likes the deal. But, you can't depend on that. You can't depend on that because it's a numbers game. And some of your deals are harder than others. We've already said. Some are slam dunks. If you're buying shit 6 times EBITDA or below, and it's got what kind of cash flow, Simon? Positive free cash flow, enough to pay debt service, even with amortization. It is a no fucking brainer. No brainer. Even for Pittsburgh Pete with all his fucking initials. Next time I fire somebody, Pete, I'm going to call you up and put you on the line. Oh, thank you. In the Philippines, about a year ago, one of my senior managers had never fired any. Maybe it's no longer than that, 3-4 years. Had never fired anybody, and I'll show you how to do it. And I don't know if you guys were there. Were you there? Yeah. And he came in and he started to tell us song and dance, and I said, "Stop! You're fired." I wasn't interested in his song and dance. And then they escorted him out, and we have bodyguards in the Philippines. And so she said, "Is that all there is to it?" "Oh, I can do that." Now that's not how human resource is. And I'm not here to say what I think of human resources, but I've already told you what I think of human resources. Okay, does everybody understand that about the interviewing the bank? Okay, YouTube, thank you very much. See you later.